Evening, gang. Here we are again. It's 8 o'clock on Friday, the 5th of March, 2021. A very good evening to you, and welcome to tonight's little chat show coming to you from Bracknell in Berkshire. Look what I've done. Look what I've done when I was trying to get ready. I have broken one of my very expensive plastic hangers, which probably came free with a set of trousers or something like that. Look. I yanked the shirt too hard. Snapped here. I've got no patience. I haven't got much patience with people. I've got patience with children, not adults, or even worse, inanimate objects. I mean, you could class yourself as an inanimate object when I look at the list of people that are on here tonight. Are you an inanimate object? Talking of animal-type objects, the little story I've got up there is kind of a continuation, boys and girls, of the story that we did on Wednesday. You may remember Daniel Woodhouse called him. Now, I noticed with Daniel, he's probably with us, and I haven't looked yet. I noticed with Daniel, he's now looking up and down the list, right? I reckon this is what you do, Daniel. And if you call in later, then do let me know about this. I reckon you now look up and down that list a little bit before the show starts and prepare your call, which is fantastic. I got to say. I was out doing my litter picking today, and I thought, do you know what? I reckon Daniel goes up and down the list and prepares a little sort of phone call. It's like your own mini show, isn't it, really? I should have a little jingle for you. I don't know. And now, the Daniel Woodhouse moment, or something like that. With echo, of course. And now, the Daniel Woodhouse moment. Possibly with evil laughter as well. Something like that. I think that would be good. So good on you, Daniel. Good on you. Anyway, he rang in when one of the subjects, which we didn't get around to actually on the Wednesday show, because we were so busy with all the other little bits and pieces going on there, and lots of phone calls, so thank you very much for those. But one of the things on there was, how much are you worth in cows? So if I was to say to you, what do you reckon you're worth? And, you know, sort of someone like... let's think. Someone like, well, I don't know. Someone like John Parrish might be worth 5 pence. You know, and someone like Mark Bowles would be worth like £25 million. Do you know what I mean? Now, but without thinking monetary, right? What would you be worth in cows? Moo! Moo! Aren't cows lucky? You know, twice a day they get relieved by people going like that underneath them. They don't even have to do it themselves. Isn't that fantastic, Mark? Someone else does it for them, and they don't even have to pay them. You don't even have to go in a bar and pick them up. Someone literally turns up at a cow twice a day and starts doing that to them and relieves them. Lucky things cows are. I mean, I hope I come back as a cow. I really do. Moo! Moo! Like that. What are you worth in cows? Where's this story come from? It was the Daily Star. It was the Daily Star. Tribesmen. Here's the story. Tribesmen in the Suri tribe, native to Ethiopia, wear huge plates to determine their wedding dowry in cattle. The bigger the plate, the bigger the payment. So these plates, okay? These are not like the size of the plates in your kitchen. They're not on a shelf. They're not around their necks. They don't carry them around. They are in their bottom lip. My God, the pain those poor ladies must go through. But it's their culture. That's what they do, you know. Might look a bit strange to us, but that's what they do. They literally have plates put out of old air, and somehow they manage to get a plate in there. I mean, you know, if I was one of those women, I wouldn't want to be worth a lot of cows, because the bigger the more cows, the bigger the plate that you have to carry around, hanging around like that all the time. Jeez. It says a tribe in Africa gets budding brides to wear large lip plates to determine how much cattle they are worth. So what do you think you are worth in cows? Moo! Moo! You can understand why a lot of people, sort of, non-regular listeners, pop on the show and quickly disappear, can't you? When you... What's that weird bloke mooing at us for? Moo! What are you worth in cows? Suri tribesmen native to Ethiopia sport lip plates of up to 10 inches wide. Fortunately, I have a ruler standing by, which has been left here by one of my many workmen that appear and do work here at our television centre. There's always work to be done here, dear. New lights, new cameras coming in, new set. Very busy here at Television Centre Berkshire. So 10-inch plates. Was it 10 inch or 10 centimetre? Thank God it says 10 inches. You see, we're back to inches now. We don't need to use metric anymore. None of those millimetres. It says it all, doesn't it? Those metric, that's come from foreign, that is. Metric measurements. Why have a millimetre when you can have an inch? Huh? Why? Oh, why? I mean, and it says it all, doesn't it? The UK, 10 inches. Europe, 10 millimetres. And come on, girls. I don't think so. Anyway, let's have a look. So that's 10 inches. That's 10 inches. And if you put that across, that's even bigger than mine. So you can have, right, literally a plate put here that big. My God, that must be painful. Heavy, isn't it? You know what it's like coming home from the supermarket with 2 bags of shopping, dear. Imagine carrying around that plate all the time like that. Awful. This lady, Tori Bone, 56, from Bali in Indonesia, captured these stunning... I beg your pardon. The reporter, okay? The reporter, Tori Bone, 56, from Bali, Indonesia, captured these... and she took photographs, which I haven't put on here because there'd be copyright things, okay? She says, other pictures of hers sees an elder female of the tribe wearing a headdress of corn and displayed her oversized and stretched lip appearance with the plate removed hanging down below her chin. Right? So I'm going to take a picture. I can show you a picture of a picture. What I can't do is take the actual picture and put it up here. Because, to be honest, there's millions and millions of pictures. They probably would never notice, but you never know. You never know. So here we are. Right, let's just take a picture of this and I can show you. Look at that. That is actually inserted into her bottom lip. And she's carrying that thing on her head as well. Probably, I suppose that's water on there. I don't know. And here's another one of her, right? Is this the same one? I don't know if it's... Yeah, it's the same lady. Hang on a minute. It's the same lady. Look at this. Look at this. She has to carry that around. I wonder how many cows she's worth. Moo! Look at that. Well, I always felt sorry for these girls and boys with the where they put a thing in their tongue, don't they? Oh, the pain, dear! You imagine having that done? There's loads of them out there. They have a little metal bar thing put in their tongue, and when they're moving their mouth, you click, click, click all the time and all that. It's not nice when you kiss someone like that. You get it caught in your teeth, and you can hear the banging of the metal against the teeth, or other areas actually. It goes on. They then use a system of ever-increasing sizes of fired clay plates, which I just showed you there, to stretch the lip to extraordinary sizes. They told me some of the largest plates measured 16 inches. They can't just do it straight away, surely. I would imagine it's like, they put a small one in, and when that's stretched, they put another one in, and so on and so forth. A little bit like when I used to have buck teeth. They don't start by pulling it so tight that they go back. They do a little bit at a time and then they leave for 6 weeks and then they tighten it a bit. I would assume it's something like that. There's another one here with a particularly colourful plate. I think it looks fantastic, actually. I think that looks great, don't you? Isn't that great? But that must cost them a bit. 1 minute. Oh, dear. 3 sneezes, what does that mean? Wait for the text now that say bless you. Thank you. Some of the young women we spoke to who chose to have the lip plate said they didn't like the difficulty of eating or drooling with the elongated lips. I mean, how would you kiss someone like that? I don't know how you kiss them. Do you move the plate so you can get your tongue in? Who's got a long tongue? Anyone got a long tongue? Mark, how long is your tongue? It says also, most, though, had elongated earlobes instead and wore the discs there. And we've seen that. You actually see it, not with the girls, actually, with the lads. Have you seen some of the lads? They're like, I think some of them are goth. I think, Clarice, if Clarice is here today, I think some of them are goths. And they have these really big earrings, you know, like that, which I don't think are horrible at all. I'm not keen on nose studs. I've never liked those. They just look a bit they look dirty. It looks dirty to me to have a nose stud or any sort of nose ring. That's not my cup of tea. I don't mean there's anything wrong with it. It just isn't my cup of tea. But the earrings are all right. You know, and they've got these big things like that. I don't think it's that worries me. You know, when you're older and you don't want them anymore. Well, when you take it out, your ear doesn't spring back like that, you know, and close the hole up, does it? You know, it doesn't make the hole tight again. It says the women were quite accommodating in showing us how they put their lip plates in and take them out. Oh, she looks fantastic. I like the look. I can't lie. You see some of these women in other countries, the effort they go to dressing up. Look at those wonderful Indian ladies with their beautiful coloured saris. Aren't they beautiful? Some of the best dressed people are Indian people and Pakistani ladies. Beautiful colours and all silk and all that. Then you go in a nightclub here, there she is. There she is, Gemma Collins, crop top and tight leggings, and you thought, oh no dear, not a clue. Here we are. Here we are. There's no one from the BBC today who's going to be upset for me saying that, is there? Here you are, look, that one's quite good, isn't it? Look at her hair. Which, I don't think, no, it's not her hair. I mean, it's just a load of beads, but look how she's done all that. It's fantastic. Oh my God. And this one's done it with a chain. Are you into that, Mark, at all? Chains? I don't even know if he's here. I'll look at your text in a moment, gang, all right? There you go, look. She's got chains around there. Look at that. Is that something you might be interested in, Mark? Little chains, I don't know. And various other ones. And some fantastic makeup. There's quite a few others on there. Do you want to see one more? That's quite colourful. I like it. You might think it's strange. People would think it's strange, but it's their culture, you know, and you accept that. And I don't think it looks that bad at all, actually. Looks different to what we're used to, of course. Fantastic. And that's how they are. And that's how whatever cows, the bigger the plate, the more cows is going to cost you to marry that young lady. Eh? So start saving up, guys. Start rounding them up. I have cows near my caravan. Moo! Like that they are. Moo! I get a bit scared of cows. Back, was it last year? No, I think it was the year before now. Myself and my brother-in-law and my sister, they come over to caravan to see me. We went for a walk. So we walked along the river and then you get to a sty. Climbed over that one and we got to the next one. And on the other side of the gate were cows. Moo! And they were big. All cows are big, aren't they? They were big. They had a kind of relieved look on their face. I think they'd just been done, you know. We didn't... And they were standing and they came over to us. Moo! The moo sounded to me like, don't come in here. So we didn't. And my sister and Martin went over, and me went over and kind of patted the cows' heads when the nose came over the fence. But I didn't feel that we were welcomed to go in there. And I get different views about this. The bloke who's got the caravan opposite to me, not the one next to me, that's Jeff. The one opposite me, his name's Rory. Lovely bloke. What I love, he lives there with his wife. And he's got a fantastic plot. Huge! He's got a huge garden where he is. And sheds and washing lines and all that. Such a nice man. He was telling me, when I asked him once, I said, is it all right to walk in there? He said, oh, they're not bothered about you. They might make a noise because they're looking at you thinking, who's he and what's he doing here? But they're not actually being aggressive. And then I think it was Sylvie told me, no, I wouldn't go in a field if there were cows close by. So different opinions there. I don't know what you think. Is it all right to walk among cows? I mean, we go to Sainsbury's and it seems to work all right there, doesn't it? Sorry, ladies. All right, there's a text number if you want to join in tonight. 07451 287 337 is my texting number. 07451 287 337. There's a phone in as well. We'll open the phone lines in a little bit as well. But meantime, let's read some of your texts there. Hello to Gary Ross. Good evening, Gary. Evening, Gary. Welcome along to the show. Hello to Christina Hunt. Hello to you. Hello to Michael Lawrence. Good evening to you. Keep up the fantastic work and finding that tenner you found in the woods. Yes, I found £10 on my litter pick. How fantastic is that? I haven't found any more since, but £10. I'm well happy. Well happy about that. And how did that happen? Yesterday, I should have put the picture up here yesterday. Yesterday, I'm doing an area which is like a long mud path. It's actually quite a long path. So I started at mine. To get to the path, you come out of my house, walk up to the top of my road, cross a minor road, then you walk through like a gap in the bushes, right? Houses one side, well, houses either side, but bushes, houses, bushes, mud path, yeah? Walk up to the top there, and then you get the choice of either going left or right along a mud path, okay? Or crossing a very busy road to the forest. So usually I've been crossing that, but I thought I'd stay this side, right? Because I knew there was a lot of rubbish. And I started there and I've got quite far up. I've filled so far, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 7 large bags of rubbish. When I say a large bag, you know the normal black bin size, the big bags, those. Oh yeah, you find all sorts of stuff. Tyres, gas bottles. When I say gas bottles, like was it helium gas bottle? You know, like for balloons. Someone had obviously had some sort of party. Why do they just dump it there though? Why can't they just put it in their bin? I don't get it. That makes sense. Or just take it. I mean, you're not allowed to do this, right? To put household refuse in public litter bins. But do you know what I mean? Rather do that than just dump it somewhere. There's all sorts. And I found a wooded copse area. So you walk in that way, you keep going up that way. And then there's sort of a large area, which is just wood and grass. Funnily enough, last year I walked through there, which I thought no one would be there. I just walked through there. And in the middle of it all, there's this woman laying there in a bikini. I felt physically sick. She probably thought, oh, some old perv looking at me. Don't think so, love. What's your husband like, though? You know? Oh, I said, oh, I'm sorry. And I looked the other way like that. Well, that's where I went. I thought, I'll have a look around here because there's logs. And I thought, this is where young people are going to gather, okay? And drink their beers and smoke them funny cigarettes. I knew it straight away. And I went up there and sure enough, oh my God, the litter. But I don't just pick up what I can see. I then look into the bushes. And there's always a load of... Why people chuck the cans in the bushes, I do not know. But they do. Bottles, cans and all that. And there I am picking up the stuff. And what's on the floor in front of me? Among all these tins, a brand new crisp £10 note. And it was a new one. It didn't look like it had been there long because there was no mud on it. We've had a bit of rain. There would have been something on there. So that's pretty recent, that is. Picked up that £10. Thank you. In my pocket. Thank you very much. The Lord above has gifted me something for all my hard work. Well happy about that. And that's how I found it, Michael. Well pleased. Today, for some reason, I was convinced I was going to find a bag of gold coins, but no, they didn't appear. Perhaps at some other point. You never know. You find all sorts. Knickers. Seriously, someone, I don't know what it was, someone looked, it was about 7 or 8 pairs of knickers. All in the same place. But you can understand one pair. You know what people are like. out there in the woods. But 7 or 8 pairs all in the same place. How odd is that? I found a pair of trousers, workman's trousers. That's in the middle of the forest. And you kind of have to ask yourself, why is there a pair of workman trousers in the middle of the forest? Don't make sense. There's no like workplaces around there. Why would you just chuck a pair of those? Or how did they get there? But there you go. That's how it is. And today, funnily enough, I've gone even a bit further today. And there's a bit where there's a pathway. Okay, so you go along the back. And there's another pathway further along that comes back to the minor road, yeah? At the end of the pathway, I know there's a bin. Now, if there's a bin, that is a place where I can leave my big bag, take a photograph of it, send it to the council. They come and just pick it up. Right? All my bags from yesterday have now been picked up because I've passed that places where I've left them all. So that works really well. Anyway, so I've got to the end of the path and I thought, right, I'll put this bag down there. As I've started walking down, a lorry appeared. And I thought, oh. And then as it drew forward, it stopped at the bin. I thought, oh my God, it's the bin bloke. Well, I started running towards this with my red bag full of rubbish and my litter picker and a bucket that I'd found in my other hand, running towards this like something demented. I mean, I wish there had been a video. Oh, hello, mate. Mate, hello. Hello, mate. He couldn't hear me, though. He was on the other side of the van. And it's quite a long path. You know, I mean, it's not a mile long, but it's too long. If you see someone get there, you can't get to them before they. So the only way you got it is to shout, "Hello, mate! Hello, hello!" Well, I'm waving with my litter picker. He couldn't hear me, and I got about halfway there, and the lorry pulled off. I was so disappointed. And I sort of chuckled to myself as I carried on. Oh, it's great. I enjoy it. Litter picking is addictive. It's very addictive. Hello to Ollie K. Good evening to you, Ollie. Who says that the sunset in Exmouth, he's in Devon with his dad, JK. Is he on the? I think he's on the radio at the moment, isn't he, JK? I was looking for a trail from your dad to play today, but there isn't one on there, is there? The sunset in Exmoor was amazing today. How was it in Raw, Berkshire? It's B-E-R-K, Ollie, B-E-R-K. Yeah, it's been all right here. I don't usually see the sunset. Certainly not at this time of the year, because I have a sleep in the afternoon, Ollie, every day. Sort of around about 3 till 5, something like that. So I didn't really see the sunset. So good morning, good evening to you, Ollie. He's always there in the morning as well. Good evening to Rachel Wheatland. Good evening to Mike in Brighton. Hello to you. Who says, good evening, Chris. You don't need a hanger. Where is that hanger? I've chucked it away now, haven't I? There's my broken hanger. Oh. More expense buying hangers, dear. Don't need a hanger. You're already well hung. Oh, Christ. And then he says, don't read that bit. Well, a bit late now, isn't it? Don't put anything in a message. I can't read it before. The plate lady, she's knackered as she orders a 10-inch pizza. And how does this work in the dishwasher? Did I... I don't think they have dishwashers much in Ethiopia. Certainly not in the villages, dear. Hello to Mark Bowles. Thanks very much for that message. What an excellent idea, Mark. What an excellent idea. Thank you, Mark. Good evening to George Bond. Hello to Clarissa. There she is. Clarissa is watching, and I have a few piercings, but don't fancy having my ears stretched. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get where your earring is, and the little hole, and start pushing my finger in your ear. In your ear hole. Not ear hole. Ear... What would you call that? Ear ring hole. And start stretching it for you until you can get one of those 12-inch things in there, Clarissa. Does that sound good to you? Evening to Jason Hughes. Hello to lovely Maureen. Hope you had a nice birthday yesterday. We sang Maureen happy birthday on Wednesday. Her birthday was in fact on a Thursday, gang. But she had her birthday yesterday. Did you get a cake at all, Maureen, I wonder? In these days, no one can visit you or do anything. Did you buy yourself... I think I advised you to buy yourself a cake. I didn't think there's anything wrong with it. I'd done that last year. Bought myself a birthday cake. Sod it. I didn't get one, so I bought my own one and enjoyed every last moment of it. I had the whole cake, like I did this year. Although this year, my mate and his other half, but his ex-other half bought me a cake, which was absolutely delicious. I was just disappointed I had to give 2 slices away to them. Why did they have to have a slice? It was so nice, that birthday cake from Petite Valerie. They do good cakes. Slightly on the expensive side, but very, very nice. You have to keep them in the fridge. When they come in a box with this like dry ice thing in it to keep them all nice and cold. Oh, delicious! It was delicious. Evening to Fran Green. Good evening, Fran. Hello to Diane Jebb. Evening, Diane. And Adrian Richardson is in the house. Good evening, Adrian. How long were you bent over picking up that tenner? Oh, at least an hour. At least an hour. I don't know if John Parrish is there. He says, hi, Chris. I don't suppose you found £10 note today, did you? As lost one in the woods last night when we were dogging. Oh, Christ. Well, at your age, you might go dogging, but I know your missus wouldn't do such a thing. She's beautiful. She is. Disgusting. Disgusting. 07451 287 337 if you want to send a text today, gang. Also, we were talking on Wednesday as well, I didn't quite finish that, about what's the worst pain you've ever had. Do you remember we were talking about that there? And I said my burst appendix would probably be my worst pain, and I will stick with that. But another pain, of course, which I didn't mention, that I know some of you suffer with, and when I've had it, and it's happened to me about 5 or 6 times, back pain. Back pain. Where you're doing something, not necessarily picking up anything heavy, but you're doing something and you get that, it's like a twinge and then it's gone. Oh, Christ, the pain. And you can't move. And it's weird, as I sit here at the moment, moving around like this, a couple of weeks ago, I couldn't do that. I'm literally sitting like that, and the pain is unbelievable. If you've never had bad back, it's really difficult to explain. Really difficult. You have to experience it to understand the pain of a bad back. And it's not, in my case, it's not my spine. They're all different back pains. Mine is the little soft bit either side of the spine at the bottom there. What it needs is Mark Bowles' expert hands to work on it, I think. And see how that happens. Evening to Gavin Bass. Gavin says, I have an earring. Had it for a long time. You've just got one earring, have you there? You just got the one earring there, Gavin? I had 2. I did have 2 big gold earrings years ago. I think it was about 21 at the time. Let me just check my emails there. Hello to Danny Woodhouse. Good evening, Danny. Is having his Friday fish and chips today. Hello to you, Danny. He's been down the... he has fresh fish, doesn't he? He doesn't have anything frozen. It goes down... What's he call it? The fish truck or something like that. The fish van turns up somewhere and he goes and... has it all there. Good evening to you, Danny. Hope you were there. Any other... no emails there. Okay. Oh, hang on. What's that one? 2 from Adrian. There we are. We've done Adrian's one there. Get them all in for you. I've still got this throat problem. And now I note that I keep getting a dry mouth now as well. I ain't quite worried about this, really. It's just gone on for... Well, I can feel that. You see, you can feel that up. You can feel that up. That one isn't up. That one's up, and not so much around the outside. You can't really see anything there, can you? Like it's not bigger than that side. It feels like it's in. Do you know what I mean? That the upness is going. It's not like a lump. Don't you? It's not like a lump, but you can feel it's bigger inside, and it's kind of. If I do that, I can feel something like it's like hanging, like kind of. Anyway, I've got a doctor's appointment on the phone on Tuesday, so hopefully it will go with that. Adrian says, having a dressing changed twice a day from inside upwards, it was healing. So they had to... Oh, what's that? Oh, is this a back thing? Do you want to tell us what's wrong? What was wrong there, Adrian? Because you've got what happens... Some sort of back... Let me read it as Adrian has texted it. Having a dressing changed twice a day from inside upwards, it was healing. So they had to pack it, then take the dressing out twice a day. Very painful. It was on my back. Well, what was? Is it some sort of cut or graze there? I don't know what's wrong there. You see, you've just... Tell us what's wrong there, because I don't know what's wrong there. Good evening to Alan Ross, who's just saying hello. Alan has sent in a little poster. advertising his radio show. He's on tonight at midnight. There he is. Alan made that at my request. I said, make us a little poster, then we can put it on. Do you know what, Alan? You don't look like I thought you would look. And it's funny how you assume how someone looks by the voice that they have. I imagined you to look a lot older for some reason, with like a thin face and a bit of a long beard going on there. A sort of the size of Jeremy Corbyn. That sort of length beard, a little bit longer than that. You look much younger than I envisioned you. And a smaller beard. But there he is. That's Alan Ross. And he'll be on the radio tonight at midnight. Reachonair.com. Various different ways to listen to that, okay? Now, it does say Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays. But that's just part of his show. What's happening in his show. He's actually on almost every night. Between midnight and 2 o'clock. So he'll be on tonight, okay? Reachonair.com. Thank you, Alan. Thanks very much, Alan. Gavin says he just has the one earring. Okay. Thank you. Hello to Paul in Cornwall. Good evening, Paul. Evening to you. He's got a trowel. He's been doing a trowel for his show. Excellent. Evening to John Child. Hello. John Child said the worst pain I had was a dislocated knee. Bottom part of my leg was at a right angle. How did you do that? Was that like an accident you had? Oh, my word. Dislocated. That sounds really painful. Funnily enough, talking of dislocation, great niece Emily, when she was, I think, 3 or 4, her arm would very easily come out of its socket. And I think it was 3 times she ended up at the hospital to have it put back in, which is quite a quick thing to do. But until it's done, she is in great pain and suffering. She really is. This poor little girl. And I remember my niece, of course, they take them to the hospital. When you take a child to the hospital, they tend to get done before everyone else. And so it should be, so it should be. You get these awful people in hospital pushing their way to the front, shouting and screaming. You've seen them all on one of those ambulance programmes or all like that. And how blooming, shouting and screaming at the staff. Who the hell do you think you are? Who the hell do you think you are shouting and screaming at NHS staff? It's disgusting because they want to be seen first. Anyway, my little Emily, great niece Emily, a couple of times she went up to the hospital and once my niece videoed her and the doctor couldn't see her straight away, so they gave her something, to like some sort of drugs to take away the pain. I had something similar. I'm wondering if she had the similar thing to me because when I had the burst appendix, I had a pethidone injection. And I think he was gay, this nurse. I think he fancied me, actually. I only ever saw him once and he came in, all right, how are you now? And I only ever remember seeing him once, this nurse. Anyway, I said, it's really hurting. He said, I can get you something. Just a minute. And he come back with an injection. He said, yeah, I'll give you an injection. You'll feel okay after this. Okay. I said, where do you want me to, where do you want to put that? He said, where do you want it? I said, in my arm. I think he put it in my arm. I can't remember now. Can't remember. It was really hurting. I think this is probably just before it burst, actually. Anyway, he gave me this injection. He said, I'll be back in 5 minutes. And I remember this. And he came back and he just stood next to me and he said, are you okay now? And I'm like, yeah. And he started laughing. Oh, I'm all right now. Thank you. Well, my niece, when my little great niece was in the hospital, she did a video. Couldn't get to see the doctor straight away. So someone come out and give her some sort of pain relief. And she videoed her. And she was completely out of it. Are you all right, Emily? Yeah, I'm all right, Mum. La, 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 la. And she's singing like this off her head. She wouldn't have looked out of place going to one of them clubs that I used to go to in the 90s. Oh, she's great, Emily. Thank you, John. I hope you're okay now anyway, John. Adrian says, I had an abscess on my back. Thank you. So that's what he had a dressing on there. I understand now. With a 2.5-inch hole. Gosh. Taking that dressing out really hurt him there, did it? Sorry to her. Well, at least you're out of it now, Adrian. How's your mum, by the way? I hope your mum's all right now. Jason says the worst pain I've had are arc eye from welding. I've heard of that. Is that where you don't use the correct thing? They just look, I mean, very necessary to wear one of these things. I don't think I'd like to wear one of those. I wouldn't want to do. I couldn't do anything like arcing, doesn't it? No, thank you. It's dangerous to me. They put that thing in and they got the screen there, haven't they? Like a very dark thing. Did you not have one on at all, or perhaps you had one that wasn't dark enough? Why did that happen? Or is it because you did the job for too long? Are you only supposed to look at it for a while? I know nothing about welding. Nothing. I know there's spot welding. Isn't that where you attach an electrical thing to your car, like the negative to your car, and your device is the positive, and then you put the two bits of metal together and do that, and it's a joins them? Am I right there? Is that basically it, or am I completely wrong there? I think my brother-in-law probably does it, something like that. Dangerous. So we had the arc eye from welding, tooth and earache, but worst of all, gout in my foot. Yeah, a lot of people think gout is due to drinking. Not necessarily. There's all sorts of things cause gout. Very painful. I've had bad feet before. It's not funny. You just try to walk, and I remember being in Florida actually with my nephew, and it came on there, and I was literally walking on the sides of my feet. Great pain and suffering. All these things you have as you get older, and you have more and more different things going wrong, don't you? Hopefully none of them too fatal, you know. Alan, do you use Vocal Zone throat pastels? They're great for people who talk a lot. I hardly say a word, Alan. What are you talking about, mate? I mean, you must have heard my show this morning at this point. Barely say a word. Well, it was quite funny this morning. It got to 9:15, Alan, and I'd only played one record. I've got two beds which are really long. There's that one with the trumpets. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. That's Gatto Barbero. What's it called? Let's see if it's on here. I can't play it because of the copyright on the internet. It's not. Oh, there it is. Gatto. What's it called? Shall I look for you? Bed. Where is it? Gatto Barbarelli. Gatto Barbarelli, theme from Firepower. That's a really good bed, but it's like 8 minutes long. And the other really long bed I've got is Last Dance, Donna Summer, instrumental version, 12-inch. Well, I used that one this morning when I started the show. It just goes on and on, doesn't it, eh? I also use them while on air. They also stop your mouth from drying out. Yeah, I mean, which is probably talking. I actually wondered, if I completely stopped talking for a week, would my throat get better? I've wondered that. It's at its best when I wake up in the morning. When I wake up in the morning, it's hardly noticeable. And then as soon as I've had a cup of tea and some breakfast, it starts. And it's also pretty bad when I go to bed at night after I've been up a few hours. Well, quite a few hours. You get into bed and I notice it straight away and, oh, Christ, I think. Fed up with it. But I am worried about it. I was talking to my mate earlier about it. Oh, talking to my mate, his kitchen's nearly done. He reckons it'll be finished by Wednesday next week. And not only that, there's a huge bonus to me here. I'm getting his old fridge freezer. How fantastic is that? Not only that, I've already got his old microwave. He's got everything built in now. Oh, yes. There's no white. You can't see any white goods in his kitchen. It's all built into like doors and all that. Very posh. Don't bother me. Anything you want, they call me Second-Hand Chris. They call him Second-Hand Chris. Anything you don't want, give us a call. I'll find a space for it in my house. Lovely fridge freezers he's got. Great big thing. Frost freed it. Don't even have to unfreeze it or whatever you call it. Defrost it. Don't even have to do that. It's all frost free. Marvellous. So he's got a fridge freezer. Now I've got a freezer and a fridge. And probably I'll I can see me taking the fridge off, and I'll just hold on to that. So if one of the fridge breaks in one of my properties, I'll be able to use that then. Won't have to buy another one. When the estate agent changes a fridge over, they're like 350 quid, 400 quid. I don't know where they buy them from. Good evening to Amelia Phillips today. Evening, Amelia. Oh, Clarissa says, my jackets have arrived and they look fabulous. Really? You got them already? Oh, how fantastic, Clarissa. How fantastic is that? Oh, I'm very excited now, dear. Very excited, my love. She's got me them jackets that I couldn't get. So, were they the correct ones? How comes you got them and they sent the wrong stuff to me? Eustace said, this is one of them. This is one of them. This is not what I ordered, but it arrived, but they didn't ask for it back. This is when I complained. They've refunded me for both jackets now at last. It didn't take them long to refund me, to be honest. They were pretty good with the customer service, but I would rather have had the jackets than had the refund. Do you know what I mean? They didn't say, had that been my business, I would have said, we're really sorry, can we try again? And I would have said, yeah, okay. See if they arrive this time. I would have said yes. But no, they just give us a refund. Oh, who finishes 09? I don't know who that is. Someone sent in a text finishing 09. Can you come back to me with your name, an area or full name, whatever? Then I can put you in the system. You won't have to send me your name anymore. But someone finishing 09 says, Martin does MIG. What does it say? MIG welding. What's MIG welding? MIG. Is that a thing? MIG. I don't know what that is. MIG welding. Or is that the spell checker thing there? Mike in Brighton, not sure if I'm weird. However, another horrible pain is when the muscle at the back of your lower leg seizes. The only way to stop the pain is to stand up, which is in agony. Is that like a cramp, is it? Only happens in bed at night, apparently caused by lack of salt. Has this happened to you? Yes. Yes, it's a cramp, isn't it? It's like a cramp. It's like a cramp. It really is. Nasty. Good. So we've said Amelia today went for a run. Haven't you just had your hips done or something? I can't remember, Amelia. She ran 9K. What's that then? Is that a mile? 2 miles? 5 miles? She ran 9K today. Now I can hardly walk and in agony with my hips. She has problems with her hips. Does Amelia there. I used to run every day. It's quite a while ago now, maybe 7 or 8 years ago now. And I used to go out running. I started like 3 minutes and I built it up to about an hour. But then I started going every day. I became addicted to it and I loved it. And after about a year and a half, I was just doing a bit of a run and my knee suddenly went, oh, the pain. And I carried on running through the pain, but it really hurt. And ever since then, I've had problems with the knee. And it's not the front of the knee, the side of it there. It's the side of it. And it's one more than the other. It's the left-hand one. The left-hand one, so if your knees... if that's your knee, yeah, that's your knee. See? That bit there hurts. Pain. In particular, when I kneel down... If I kneel down or if I come downstairs, great pain and suffering. Yeah. Sometimes it's all right, sometimes it's not. If I don't kneel down, if I don't, it's not so much the kneeling down, it's the bike. If I go out on my bike, then following that, I will at some point have a problem with that knee. If I go walking, never a problem, never. It's only on the bike. So the cycling must be doing something because I've always had a bike since I was about 7 years old, you see. Oh, I love bikes. The bike I've got now has got to be about 20 years old. You know, it's a good bike. Still goes. I've changed the tyres on it, I think, once. Pete Rimington, thanks so much, Pete. Thank you, Pete. I'll add you into the system. You won't have to send your name again. It's always nice to sort of be able to refer to someone by their names rather than sort of 09. Do you know what I mean? John says, I've just been getting my push bike serviced. 200 quid? Well, what the bleeding hell did they do to that? 200? Well, what was wrong with that then? 200 quid for a bike service? Are you for real? Is it something that you can't do? Or did you just can't be bothered? I mean, I used to be able to change brakes pads, but that's not easy now, is it? You used to just undo a nut, take the thing off, put the other one on and do the nut back up. But now they're these things and they're like, you can't see the pads. Can you? Can't see them. They're kind of encased. Like, are they... I don't know what they're called, those brakes now. They used to be just 2 lumps of rubber, weren't they? And that worked fine. And someone came along, oh, well, let's do it like this. Well, we can't change the damn things now. So what have you had done to your bike as a matter of interest, John? Amelia's 7.3 miles. That's how far she's won today. Wow. George says, my worst pain is my leg and my back. I should think it is. Not a nice thing, is it, my love? Good. Okie doke then. Here's a question for you. Oh, there's Maureen. I wanted to ask about her birthday because she probably... I would imagine you'd be on your own, will you? Maureen says, I had a lovely birthday. I got sent some flowers from my daughter. Nice. Mina. And from my friend, I bought a chocolate cake. There you are. She bought herself a cake. Lovely. I bought a chocolate cake from Sainsbury's. I shared it with my Thai friend who came round for tea. I had money and cards from her and her family. Oh, that sounds lovely. Oh, a lovely chocolate cake, Maureen. There's nothing wrong with buying your own birthday cake. There really isn't. I had lovely birthday cakes when I was a child from my mum and dad. Really nice cakes. Oh... He not from a supermarket. He'd go and there was a cake shop and they make them, a bit like no, they were better than the Petite Valerie ones. Don't get me wrong, the Petite Valerie ones are absolutely delicious. But where my dad used to go, and I don't know what the name of the shop was, they were absolutely delicious. And there was one particular cake. One year, he came home with his cake from work because he worked in Fleet Street at the Evening Standard. All sorts of shops around there. I don't know exactly where his cake shop was. It was one year he came home with this particularly good one. And I never forget it. It had light blue icing on it and white bits around it. Happy birthday, Christopher. Can't remember how old I was at the time. Oh, it was delicious. And what would happen is... we'd be in the living room watching the telly and the lights would suddenly go off. Mum would be standing by the switch and Dad would come in with this cake, the candles blazing. So I've got it in my head now. I can see it. Dad would come in with this birthday cake. Happy birthday to you. That was all wonderful and fantastic and all that, And, wow. And it's funny, as you become a teenager, instead of being thinking how wonderful it is, you just get embarrassed. Why is that? Why is that? Almost to the point of being ungrateful. I think, really. And I said to you before, the older you get, you realise all these terrible things in the past and you beat yourself up. I do anyway. My mate says I'm too... shouldn't beat yourself up like you do, but I do constantly all the time. There you go. It's one of those things, isn't it? So John says they stripped his bike down and rebuilt it. Must have been an expensive bike. Was it an expensive bike to start with, John? Hey? Not electric, is it? This is my bathroom cup. I've had to get some water out of the bathroom tap because I forgot to bring my water up today. Otherwise, I'll dry out completely, won't I? The phone lines are open now if you want to call in at any point. 020-8144-3477. Maybe you want to wait to see what else we're talking about before you call in. It's up to you. Or you can call in now. 020-8144-3477. Do you ever watch films to the end? Do you watch films to the end? I do. I do. Like sometimes you're in the cinema and... usually what happens is that, the picture fades and then the credits come up, and then immediately people are grabbing their coat. They can't wait to get out the door. I don't know what they're in such a rush for. And my mate's one of those. He can't wait to get out of that cinema. It's not like he wants a cigarette or something. Just, he's gone. You come in then. No, it hasn't finished yet. Yes, it has. The words are on there. I said, what about the music? I'm listening to the music. Missing half the film. Or even in front of the telly, same thing. The words come up, they're off. A lot of people, whatever you're watching on the telly, I don't know, Holby City or something. I'm there till the date comes up at the bottom. BBC MMX. What are we on now? MMXX1. When that comes up and the picture fades, the telly goes off, then all gets changed over. I'm with a programme till the absolute bitter end. And so should you be, and I'm going to tell you why now, in the Daily Mirror. It's been 19 years since the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets movie was released. Yes, shall I say that again for you? 19 years. Where's that gone, eh? Since Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets movie was released. But some fans have only just discovered it has a scene at the end of the credits. So all these people that get up when the credits are on, you missed that, didn't you? Huh? And it's not the only film that's done this. I've seen other films that have done this. When it comes to movies, it says in the Daily Mirror, we all know if it's made by Marvel, you must stay in your seat until the credits have finished rolling, as there's bound to be a surprise awaiting you at the end. I'm hoping there's going to be a surprise for me at the end of this show. I really do. Maybe a little knock at the door from Mark Bowles or someone similar. It says, while this has made us often watch many credit sequences unnecessarily, we don't do it for every film we see. However, a revelation on TikTok. I saw a very... Oh, let me write that down in case I forget to tell you. What's his name? I saw a very funny TikTok involving Donald Trump. It says, however, a revelation on TikTok has made us think we should do so from now on, because Harry Potter fan has discovered that the second film in the series, The Chamber of Secrets, has its very own end credits scene. Did you know that? What do? Do you stay right until the very end of the film, or are you gone the moment the credits start rolling up there? It's because a Harry Potter fan has discovered that the second film in the series, The Chamber of Secrets, has its very own end credits scene. Yes, really. A TikTok user created a video explaining the scene, which has since been seen by lots of people. In the clip, he says, have you guys noticed this about Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets? He's been watching the movie for 20 years. He's 27 now. So no one's going to tell me that this is the only Harry Potter movie with a post-credit scene. Do you remember the others? I must admit, I don't remember the others. The most iconic or memorable scene for me in the Harry Potter films, and I don't know which one it was I was at the cinema in Greenwich when my mate was living in London, right? And we got to see Harry Potter, where in this Odeon, which is kind of in a car park next to B&Q is. We got there early, went to B&Q first, and then we went into the cinema. We go up to the top. He always has to have the premium seats, doesn't he? Won't sit in a normal seat, so he's got the premium seats. And when you get those, you go up to this little, like a reception area where you can have little crisps and, you know, dipping things and a Coca-Cola or something. That's included in the price, anyway. So we're sitting on these seats, and I don't read the papers if I know there's something in there what's going to tell me what's going to be in a film. Whether it's a film, television show, anything like that. I never read, oh, in EastEnders this week, not that I watch EastEnders, but don't watch it. Don't watch it. Won't watch that. All right. So I'm sitting there, and the old bloke is in this tower with what came across as the nasty bloke. Did he not end up... I can't remember the names, you see. Didn't he end up being Harry Potter's dad or his uncle or something like that? The nasty bloke. And they're in this tower, and the old bloke with the beard dies. And I'm like... Because I didn't expect it. That was, for me, the most memorable film in the Harry Potter things. I love the brooms, you know, when they're on the brooms going everywhere. I would like one of those to come and visit you all. One of those brooms travelling around. Anyway, it says, the story in the Daily Mirror says, in short, it's inconsequential to the plot, but I still think it's neat. He continues, so after the credits, the camera's above Diagon Alley and it slowly pulls into a shop window when we see a book with a picture of Gilderoy Lockhart wearing a straitjacket with the words, "Who am I?" above him. And it goes on to tell you what happens in that, which I won't bother with. But there you go. So if you don't, you miss stuff like this. Things, there's quite a lot of films have a little bit at the end after the credits. Even if it's like, coming again, we'll be back, like they do at the James Bond ones. They always have, we'll be back in whenever with Die Another Day, which we're still waiting for now. That was finished. It's been in the can over a year. We're still waiting, aren't we? Oh, Mike in Brighton texts in, lots of movies show the outtakes or at the end of the credits. Miracle on 34th Street is one, I think. Now, I don't recall ever seeing that. I must say, Mike, credits at the end of one of the programmes. He says, remember Crossroads Motel? There was always a final scene over after the credits. Yes, I remember that, Crossroads. Deal, 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 deal. Deal, 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 deal. Yeah, I remember that one. Oh, someone sent in a super chat. Gary Ross has sent in a £5 super chat. You're always sending me cash, Gary, aren't you, eh? Thank you very much, Gary. Very kind of you. £5 super chat from Gary Ross tonight. I am rich, boys. £5 from him. £10 while I found walking and littering. Perhaps I could do like a talk show while I'm collecting litter and double my money. As hosted by Huey Green. Be quite a nice thing, wouldn't it? Eh? Anyway, that's the credits story there. What else have I got here? Oh, do you know, it's funny, and I wrote this down here. It's funny, that order, because I go to quite a lot of effort doing this. Okay? There's the getting it all ready. I don't know how long I spend getting stories and that ready. It doesn't happen straight before the show. It's like an ongoing thing. Like tomorrow morning, I might see a story that I can use Monday, and I'll add it to my. I've got a list of stories. There's many, many more than I'll use. It's like just a constant thing, and writing bits down that have happened during the day or things that I've noticed on the telly. It's an ongoing thing. There's quite a lot of time and effort involved into doing this. If you do your own shows, and I know some of you do, Alan Ross, it's obvious that you don't just sit there and open a microphone and talk. It's obvious that the amount of work you spend doing your show, if you're still with us. It really is obvious to me. And anyone who does these shows will know the same thing. There's quite a lot of effort. That and the maintenance of staff. Things go wrong. You have to fix them. Perhaps changing something. I mean, I think the backdrop's due a change now, to be honest. I like that backdrop very much, but it's now been up. It's got to be up in a year now, I would imagine. Almost a year now. I think it might be time to change that beautiful backdrop that I've got together there. And stuff like that, getting graphics and microphones working and lights set up. It takes a while to do all these things, right? And, I'm not led by numbers, okay? We don't worry too much about numbers. But generally, I suppose, adding up live and recordings of this show, get about 200 people. That doesn't mean 200 people are with us for the whole 2 hours. Generally, they're in and out. Very few people... Understandably, actually, after I look at some of these shows, understandably, very few people are there for the whole 2 hours, but some are. Most are dip in and out, or they might just watch 10 minutes. Oh, I've had enough of him, which is great. Understandable. You do what you like. It's up to you, isn't it? And then you do something else, and you think all that effort. Sometimes you do think all that effort, right? And only 200 people have watched it. And yet, my most popular video this year so far is taking a Hoover out of a box and hoovering around the house. I kid you not. That is my most popular video by far. It's mad, isn't it? And you think, well, why do I bother? Why don't you just order some more stuff and take it out of a box? You get more people watching it. I can tell you. 606 people have watched the Hoover being taken out of the box. Even 249 people have watched me having a shave. You kind of wonder why you go to the effort. Last Wednesday's show, that was quite good. 252 people altogether have watched part of that show. Generally, it tends to be around the 200 mark. But 606 people have watched me take a Hoover out of a box and hoover around the side. Now work that one out. Mad, isn't it? Don't worry, I'm not going to stop doing this. I enjoy it too much. John Child says, what do we get after credits run on your show? Sod all, mate. A slap in the face. Well, what do you want? Do you want something extra at the end? Perhaps you can be sitting there with me picking my nose or something like that. Huh? Clarissa, sounds like when Snape... That's it. Well done, Clarissa. That scene I was telling you about sounds like when Snape kills Dumbledore to save Draco Malfoy. Is it from doing it? Yes. That's the one. Because we all think Snape is the baddie. And it turns out right at the very end of all the films, he's not, is he? He's not. It's a great ending. I saw all those films over the period of time. Right? And there was something in that very last film was brilliant, because you're watching this and suddenly everything, am I right here, Clarissa? Suddenly everything came together. Everything you've seen in all those other films suddenly all came together in the last one. It was a brilliant piece of writing. Brilliant. Alan is still there, yes. He does do quite a lot of research for a show, and it's obvious there. Rachel says, don't change the backdrop. It's your best one yet. Shall we hold on to that for a while? I don't mind. I do like this backdrop. It's a lovely colour, isn't it, eh? That pink there. Doesn't actually go right across. It's the same as in, like, you know, a normal TV. If you've ever been to a normal TV studio, it's all held up with bits of tape and string and all that. And this... You only see the bit that I've chosen to show you. But if I take that, you see it there. Like, it goes just over there, and that's the blue one, and bits up there. You don't see all that bit at the side. And I don't know if... Can you see? Yeah, you see with that one there. It does go right across there. That kind of works like that, doesn't it? Eh? Right, we've got a phone call. Daniel Woodhouse is on the line. Good evening, Daniel.
What are you doing?
Evening, Daniel. Bitch, speak.
Oh.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, Chris.
Hello, how are you tonight?
I'm all right.
Good.
Yes, nice to be speaking to you.
Right, just don't shout too loud into that mic because you're kind of overdoing it a little bit. I had to turn you right down.
Was I?
Carry on. What you got for me today?
I can hear myself back talking to you, Chris.
Can you?
Yes. Have you... Is that normal, or...?
I don't know.
Oh, well, never mind. If it adds to the conversation, I don't mind. Now, listen, guess what I've got on me now?
Yes?
Tonight we've sampled the brand new Kentucky Fried Chicken flavoured crisps.
Oh, they sound quite nice. Are they Walker's ones?
Yes.
Now, are they... I wonder, do you have the packet in front of you there?
Yes.
Are they suitable for vegetarians?
Well, let's see what it says.
Because often, it's not actually any chicken in there. Often, it's just the flavour that you would flavour on a chicken.
Oh, yeah, it says it there, suitable for vegetarians.
Lovely, yep, okay.
And it's got ingredients.
Yeah.
Well, at first it just says salt, spices, protein whey powder, and it's got milk powder, garlic powder, onion powder. So there you are. So now you know at least what two of the secret herbs and spices are. There's loads of others, including chili powder, smoked paprika. Don't know about rosemary. No. Basil. I think they might use that. Oh yeah, because you can. It's I've done it myself. I've actually made my own Kentucky Fried Chicken, and it works very well. Oh shit! Has he gone? Chris, what's happened?
There we go. That's better. You can.
Oh, can you hear me now?
It
Oh,
must have been me. Do you remember that program, The Herbs?
oh, I've heard of it.
The
Yeah,
Herbs was a children's TV program.
yeah, I might have seen it on and off here and there.
Yes.
Didn't have. It wasn't quite as frantic as Tom and Jerry.
No. Da, 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 da. Get on with it then. What you got for me?
What have I got tonight? Well, let's have a look at the old gender agenda.
Well, hang on a minute. You were talking about your crisps. What about them?
Oh, what about the spices?
No,
Yeah,
you
well, it says
started.
it got garlic powder and onion powder in it. So there you know what two of the secret herbs and spices are.
Oh right, I see what you're saying there. Yep. What was
Yeah,
that
and,
strange noise there? What was that?
That was the sound of my mum's phone wailing.
Oh, okay. Hello, Mum.
Yeah, it was text message.
I'm gonna have a mint while I'm talking to
Chris
see if that
says
helps.
hello, mum.
Hello, Chris.
Hello, Mum. Nice to see you, darling. Have you slapped him today at all? I hope you have, my love.
No, he's been good tonight.
Has he? Oh, why you've been good tonight? What you been doing?
Yeah,
You cooked the dinner. Excuse me, you cooked the dinner.
Fish and chips.
yeah. She cooked the fish and chips based on lessons from me, which in turn was based on the Central Station principle of cooking them 3 times.
Yeah.
Which in turn was based on the Eston Blumenfeld principle.
Yeah.
So that's how we got them, and yeah. Well, oh yeah, on the old gender agenda. Let's have a look.
On the agenda tonight.
Oh, this is a good one. Date didn't go as planned. Well, my date didn't really go as planned because of an absolute cock up in the speed dating process.
Oh, now I the reason you're reading that, may I read the story to you first?
All right.
And this is in The Sun. Tell me what you think of this. A woman was left baffled after her date asked her to pay him back £25 after she bowed on him after the 3rd date. This bloke in America was stunned when... Sorry, I beg your pardon. This woman in America was stunned when her Tinder match asked her to cough up half the money he'd spent on their 3 dates, as it's only fair. Because she didn't want to know after the 3 days. So he'd spent the money. The message read, "Hi Alex, hope you're doing well." This is from him to her. "Would you mind letting me know what your Venmo is?" I don't know what's a Venmo. Do you know what that is?
It's not like Tengo Ritmo, is it?
A Venmo?
A Spanish
What the hell
for I
is
got
that?
rhythm.
What is a Venmo? Anyway, it goes on to say, "The reason I ask is because since you and I won't be seeing each other anymore, it's only fair to ask for equal payment from you from the dates we went on. I believe it was 3 separate times we went out to bars and restaurants where I paid for us both each time. I'd say $35 is more than fair for your food and drinks that I got you during those dates. I view you as a fair girl. I hope you'll consider reimbursing me. Thanks." He's asked for his money back that he spent on her. Would you do that?
Well, to be honest, Chris, I can see where he's coming from.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of girls out there now. They're starting to get a bit. You know what women are like these days.
Well,
they're starting to get a bit too, a little bit too up. So they're turning into con artists.
If I may say, we don't have anyone watching like that watching this programme. None of my viewers are like that, my darling. We're very selective to the people that we allow to watch this show. And in fact,
yes.
some people have to be pushed out of the show altogether, don't they?
Yeah, well, as I've seen, yes.
Carry on, dear.
And because I think I did have a date with one girl one Sunday night.
Oh, yeah. Just the one, was it?
Yeah, she got me to get her buy her drinks all night, and then come the Monday, she didn't want to know me after that.
Oh.
So straight seemed like it was a case of, she just wanted to get some drinks out of me.
Funny that, isn't it?
Yeah. The other thing happened when I went speed dating that time in Green Park.
What's speed dating? I used to do something very similar in Chariots, which is in London, where you go out with someone for like maybe 10 minutes sometimes, and then you move on to the next one. Is it like that?
Well, this was like round the table sort of thing.
Right.
But the problem we had, now I should have known this in advance if someone had told me, but you want to watch out when it is one more woman to man. So say it's 12 women
Right.
to 13 men. What does that mean? There's going to be one man left out.
Oh.
And of course that had to be me, because guess what? Ended up being first in line.
So everyone had paired up except you.
Yeah, so when you go
Oh.
first, that means by the time you've gone round the circle, you're then going to be the one who's out on his own, you see.
Oh. I'm feeling sorry for you now, Daniel.
No.
Oh.
Well, I know what you mean, because I'm 40 now. And
This is the problem with these dating apps now, you see. If you're not good looking, that's it, mate. You know, at least when we all used to go out to a club, by the end of the night, everyone's a little bit tanked up from the drink, and then you can usually still get hold of someone if they're drunk enough. I mean, I'm sure if you went out to a nightclub when they can open again, Daniel, if you're there at the end of the night, there must be someone in there who's drunk enough to give you a kiss. There must be.
trouble with them places, Chris. I always have trouble with the noise.
Noise?
You know, all that music in your ears.
I will go to a
and you
Weatherspoons.
can't hear what anyone else is saying.
Go to a Weatherspoons then. They don't have any noise on in there, do they? Don't have anything on in there. No
Well,
entertainment.
yeah.
No entertainment.
Normally, I only go out when my so-called adopted sister, Penny Owl, when she invites me out.
Penny who?
Penny Owl.
Oh, we had a cat called Penny. Penny! Penny! Come on, Penny! Come on, Penny! She was lovely. She got electrocuted on my electric train set. She stepped on the rail. She jumped up into the air when it was full power. 12 volts went through her little body, bless her heart, love. She jumped up. She sprung up. No, I did not turn that current on just so she would step on it. Stop that now.
Oh.
There's a gap now. Why is there a gap? Why have we got dead air, dear? We got dead air.
We have the...
Ah,
just a
moment.
Sorry, I was just trying to think more about the. I mean, I could go on and on about. Oh, Daniel. Well, no, I was going to say. I'm nearly 40. And
Oh,
it's
are
when
you
you
only
get to my
40?
age, is that if you haven't.
Are you only 40? I didn't quite hear. Did you say you were only nearly 40?
I am 40.
Oh, because I looked at the. I thought you was older than that. Anyway, carry on, dear.
When you get to my age.
Ollie has told us that Venmo apparently is like PayPal. Thank you, Ollie. Venmo is like a PayPal thing.
Oh, well, thanks for that. I didn't even know if we had anything about a Venmo.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Well, we were talking when I read out the story from the paper.
I must have missed that bit.
Well, you were there at the end of the phone.
Was I? Oh, it must be getting late.
Well, I bet your mum heard it. She's paying attention to what's going on around her. It's only you. Carry on.
She's not on the same medication as me.
No. Are you all right, dear?
Oh, I'm just making myself laugh now.
Yes.
But oh shit, I forgot where it was. Right, what was it? Oh yeah, that I'm nearly 40. I am 40.
Yes.
And when you get to my age, you start worrying if you haven't actually had anything with a woman yet. That time is running out.
Well, you have to pay then. Escorts.
Oh God, not them.
No?
Jeez.
Go Thailand. You can buy you can buy a wife there in Thailand.
Oh.
Yes. It's a different
I don't believe
setup.
in paying
It's a
to
different
love.
setup. You meet someone, if there's any sort of likeness, then you can marry them, but you have to send the family money. That's just how it works there.
No.
Thailand. I know people that have gone to Thailand to find brides. Now, what's wrong with that?
Well,
What's
if
the difference?
it's good enough
No
for
difference.
them.
Beautiful ladies. Beautiful. Beautiful. Might be other countries do that. I don't know if Philippines is the same. Maybe. Not quite sure. Or maybe you like to try Ladyboy.
Huh?
Ladyboy. They are beautiful. Beautiful. The only thing is they got bits.
Yeah, that sort of put the mockers on it a bit, I
Is
think.
it? Oh, don't know what your mum would think. Your mum would be all right. She'd be quite happy. She wouldn't mind.
I think I'd just, I wouldn't
Help her
want
do
her
the
to die
makeup.
without knowing that I was properly settled down,
Yeah.
with a decent, perfectly ordinary woman.
Well, you see, I'm 58. I haven't settled down. Nothing happened for me.
Yeah, and then look at it now. See,
Thank you for
have
mentioning
your
that
right
again.
to-
I'm so alone here all on my own, darling.
Oh, talking of the show, actually,
Yes?
I just remembered there's something missing at the start of the show that we used to have. I know why, because it's the morning, when it used to be the morning show. But you see, you left it out in the evening, and it don't sound as good as.
And what's
it
that?
used to.
Oh,
That's the
live.
bit where it goes. Da, 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 da. This is, and now it's United Kingdom Talk.
Oh,
with
you mean
Chris
live?
Reardon.
Live from the Mirable Studios?
Oh, I love the Mirable.
Oh, I might have that here. I'm allowed to play that. I'm allowed to play that. 1 moment, please. Oh, I can't play the music bit. No, I can't. I can't play it. Can't play it. Can't play it because it's got music on it, and that bit of music's copyright.
Yeah. Well, you should have that really all the time because it just adds to the atmosphere.
I wonder if I can find it. Hang on a minute. Let's have a look. You carry on talking. I'll see if I can find it.
And we do apologise for this break in transmission.
What break?
In the
I don't think I'm going to find this right now. No, I'm not going to be able to find that now, I'm afraid.
I'm gonna knock, 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 knock on your knocker. I'm gonna ring, ding, ding on your bell. I'm gonna stand there and shout, you better come out, 'cause we're all going dancing and it's gonna be swell.
What is he doing, my dear? What's this? Live, CMP. Live from... I don't know where it is, I'm afraid. I'm not going to be able to find that, I'm afraid. Sorry!
Oh, well, never mind. Well, at least I've given you the incentive there.
Yes, the incentive is there.
Yeah.
I'll have to find that somewhere. Perhaps I'll reintroduce it if I can find the bit of talkie. The bit of talkie.
Yeah. I wonder if... what's the current situation on Reach on air? Is that... Because I remember you saying once, you thought I should have a slot there and all.
Well, you said that you were going to do it and you didn't do anything about it.
Did I say I was
Yes.
going? I didn't know I did.
Yes, you said... yes, you did. You said to me that you were thinking about doing it, but you didn't do it. But that's okay, whatever. Whatever suits you.
But if they've still have got a slot, I might consider it. Do they have room for a show that's based on tunes that you've never heard before?
I don't know.
Yeah, because I think that's what would be needed. Something where, because that's what I do. I specialise really in the music that nobody else knows. Music that only I would know.
Right. Well, perhaps that could be a little move forward for you, Daniel.
Yeah. So I should look
Anyway,
into
is that
one.
it?
Well, bearing in mind it's got late. I mean, I've come in. I've sort of like laid back on the sofa. I brought my pillow down from upstairs so that I can sit here like just like that old song. Give me a home where the buffalo roams, and
Yes.
I'll show you a house full of cow shit.
No swearing, dear. How many times do I have to tell you? Well, I'm going to have to cut you off now because you become boring.
Oh,
Thank you.
all right. See
Bye,
you next
Daniel.
week.
Oh, dear. Not up to his usual standard, that phone call. Usually he's quite interesting, isn't he? Christ, I was falling asleep then for 5 minutes. Let's read some of your messages. Hello to Jeff. Hello, Jeff. I was enthralled watching you unbox your Hoover, says Jeff. Oh, I don't know, mate. I don't know. Would you really? I don't know where these little talkie bits... I've lost my talkie bits, which is annoying, really, because I can use them on other things. I must have stacked them somewhere else or something. Thank you, Jeff. Mick says... I'm not a great fan of pink, but it's bearable as long as the Manilow calendar doesn't make an appearance. No, well, that didn't come this year. Stop getting them. So, that's why it's not there. It won't make an appearance this year now. It's too late there. Thank you, Adrian. I don't think it's necessary to do that, Adrian, to be honest. Do you think that's necessary? I don't think so, darling. Hello to Fran Green, who says, computer says no. Cough. Yes, same here, darling. Same here. And George Bond says, wake me up when Daniel's finished. How rude. How rude. Go on, get him on the chat box. There you are. Get him on the chat box. I'm still trying to find this bit of talking stuff here. I'm searching my whole computer. I've probably got the title wrong of it. That's the thing. Oh, here we go. Voice art. Live from... I think this is the Chapel Hill one. Because I've got different jingles for when I go up to... the Lincolnshire Television Studio Complex. Let's have a listen to this.
Live from the Chapel Hill Marina in Lincolnshire, this is Chris Reardon live.
There you go. So that will go over the radio. I've got little bits of music with radio, so they've got different jingles for up there, you see. Very, very busy. Very professional, dear. Very professional. Let's move on, gang. Anyone else want to call in? 020 8144 3477. Mother's Day coming. Yes, Mother's Day. Are you doing something for your mummies? What about you, Daniel Woodhouse? Hope you're doing something for your mother. Don't say you haven't got the money because you just bought another bloody PlayStation. Don't come out with that. Give up your cigarettes for a week. Get your mum something. Don't be tight. What are you getting your mums? Ollie? We getting Mummy K something? I hope so. What are you going to get your mum? Here's a suggestion. It's in the Daily Mirror. Morrison's. Morrison's are launching something. The luxury breakfast in bed box. Here we go. Looking for the perfect gift for Mother's Day with a difference? Well, Morrison's have a thoughtful way you can say thank you and treat her to the morning off with breakfast in bed. And you don't just have to send it to your mum, but grandma, sister, auntie, best friend, or even to yourself. Can you cook, Ollie? Are you allowed to use 13? Yeah. I'm assuming you would be. I remember getting like a cooking badge in Cubs. I got a cooking badge. I don't wear my Cub jumpers in the other cupboard, I think. And I got a cooking badge. I think it was about 9 at the time. I had to cook a roast dinner in the oven. And the leader came round and he stayed sort of towards the end of it and had dinner with us. I got a badge for that. Can you cook your mum breakfast in the morning? Could you do that for her Mother's Day? It's on the 14th, I think. Yeah, on the 14th. So not this Sunday, next Sunday. Perhaps you could have plenty of time to practice first with your dad. Cook your mum breakfast. Just imagine the look on your mum's face if you went upstairs with a big plate of breakfast for her on Mother's Day. She'd love it. I know you might have to get out of bed a little bit earlier than you normally do. Preferably before. You'd have to tell your dad as well. Tell your dad first. Maybe he can help you. Anyway, it says, looking for the perfect gift for Mother's Day? Morrison's have a thoughtful way. Treat her to the morning off with breakfast in bed. You don't have to send it. It's £20, this thing. So again, you'll have to get your dad to buy it for you. Priced at just £20. You could use your paper round money, couldn't you? Including delivery. The limited edition luxury in bed breakfast box has everything you need to create brunches for someone you love, i.e. your mum. Do you love your mum? Of course you do. Morrison's limited edition breakfast in bed box is available to pre-order on the Morrison's Food Boxes website. It's for anyone's mum, yeah? Yeah, Daniel. Delivery by courier is included in the price shown. That's not bad, is it? 20 quid. And customers can order to receive their boxes on the 12th or the 13th of March, so the day before. Perfect. Delicious treats include Morrison's the best thick and fluffy buttermilk pancakes. Made with free-range eggs, ready to be stacked with the best British bacon and a drizzle of the best 100% pure Canadian maple syrup. Now, I don't know if you've had this, Ollie, before, but pancakes with maple syrup on the top. These are like thick things. It's not like they're not like pancake day pancakes. They're quite thick, and you put maple syrup on the top of them. They are delicious. There's a place in America called Denny's. If you ever get the chance to go to America, right, look for Denny's, Dennys, to go and have breakfast in. Okay? It's got like a sign, like a big sign, yellow sign with red letters, Denny's. And have breakfast in there. And order. You make sure you do this, Ollie. If you ever get a chance to go, right, go in there for breakfast and have a stack of pancakes with maple syrup. Oh, so nice. So nice. Anyway, so that's maple syrup. It carries on. Rustle up a post sausage sandwich with Morrison's The Best British Sausages and slices of the best seeded bread, all washed down with a glass of the best freshly squeezed orange juice. And for mums with a sweet tooth, there's even Morrison's The Best White Chocolate Cookies, perfect with a cup of Morrison's The Best English Breakfast Tea. The bloke who's in charge says, we know this Mother's Day will be very different for many, so we wanted to create a food box that helps customers show their mum just how special she is. And you could, of course, do this yourself. You could go around the supermarket and get the bits and pieces yourself if you wanted to. You know, just think about it. Just do like a fry-up if you wanted to. Don't know if you're allowed to use the cooker. But if you order the luxury breakfast in bed box, £20, what you get is this. All Morrison's branded. Buttermilk pancakes, 4. Unsmoked back bacon, 200 grams. Number 2 grade pure maple syrup, which is just delicious maple syrup. It's very sticky. Don't get it on your fingers. 100% fruit drink, orange juice with bits. English breakfast tea bags. Best seeded bread, white chocolate cookies, and 6 pork sausages. Just think of her face if you walked up the stairs and you had those. It goes on, if breakfast in bed isn't her thing, maybe you'd like to send an afternoon tea box. Now, my nephew and his wife and their family sent me one of those for my birthday. Not from Morrison's, from a company that does them. And it was wonderful. Great big box arrived with all these wonderful foods in it. Nicely presented in a little box with straw in it and all that. It was so nice. A real lovely surprise that was from them. This is also £20. It's got 13 items inside. Everything you need to have the perfect afternoon delight. Best of all, it's available online from Morrison's food box section. Okay, so if you get the afternoon tea, it's got classic ham and cheese and egg mayonnaise sandwich fillers, and also features some of Morrison's The Best range, all butter sultana scones. Scones. Oh, with strawberry conserve, sparkling Sicilian lemonade and lightly salted crisps. Scones. Do you know, so that's the Mother's Day box. What about you? What are you doing for your mothers on Mother's Day? Have you thought about it yet? You know, scones are one of the worst things at Slimming World. Seriously. They're probably one of the worst things you could eat. Bread is bad enough. Scones are the worst things at Slimming World. That and a particular type of sweet. Do you know which one? Fudge. Fudge is the worst possible sweet you could eat. Tell us that at Slimming World. Let's read some of your texts coming in there. Hello to Shania. She's very late. Been busy at church, attending Stations of the Cross. Well done, Shania. Do you know, it reminds me, Shania, when I was in Israel a few years ago, the most wonderful holiday ever. What a fantastic country. It's all there. All the religious stuff is there. Not only Christian stuff, Muslim stuff, Jewish stuff. It's all there in Israel for you to visit. And I was walking around Jerusalem, Shania. And there's like numbers on the wall. And you know where your Stations of the Cross are? In the church, you've got numbers on the church wall. There I am in Israel. And what's that there? That you are then standing at the actual place where that is supposed to have happened in the Bible. It is the most weird feeling. Nice, not a bad feeling. Oh, Shania, please go to Israel if you ever get the chance. You would love it. All these churches and wonderful religious things and other stuff as well. Don't get me wrong, you know, those of you not religious. We don't have to be religious. Don't have to be religious to go to somewhere that this is supposed to happen, or Joseph's house where his little workhouse was. And all, there it is, you're standing there. The Dead Sea, you're in the Dead Sea. You're swimming in it. Not that it's easy to swim because it's really thick. And when they say you can lay there in the water, you absolutely can. The funniest thing is once you lay back, it's really difficult to get your legs back on the ground. Thank you, Shania. Amelia says, I'm getting my mum a dressing gown. That's a nice gift, a dressing gown, Amelia. All right. Thank you, Rachel. Clarissa says, scones, Shoney's, all-you-can-eat place on International Drive, Orlando, Florida was the best. Shoney's, I don't know where that was, Shoney's. When I was with my nephew, we had the most wonderful holiday in Florida. We stayed at this I think it was 2-star, like a suite, 2 or 3 stars. It was on the top floor. We had a great view. And places we ate, well, opposite us was a TGI Fridays. I used to go in there. Oh my God, the size of the meals! So huge! I sat there, you know, it was on the very first day we got there, on the first night. I didn't think he'd want anything to eat because we'd eaten on the plane. It's not like we were short of food on the plane. I mean, we sat in the posh seats, you know, saved up and put him in the posh seats. My nephew ain't sitting down the back of that plane, mate. No way. So we sat in the posh seats. We had a couple. He's sitting there, and he all big. I think was he 17 or 18. I think he was 17 at the time. Of course, he's sitting all there, all big, with this glass of champagne, and he. Oh, what a time we had! And then we got there. Well, I thought he'd be tired and want to go to sleep or something. No, he wanted to go out, and it was lightning. We were supposed to go out in the lightning. Oh, it'll be all right, he says, and we're walking around. And then he was hungry. So I took him over to TGI Fridays and he ordered a starter and a main and what have you. The starter arrived. Well, it was like 3 mains on a plate. And he looked at it and he looked at me and he said, I can't eat all that. I said, well, that's only the starter. The meals are so big. So we went to TGI Fridays mainly, Applebee's, and we only went to Denny's once or twice because we had breakfast at the hotel, which was basic, but it was enough, bowls of cereal, toast. I think you could upgrade to have like a cook's breakfast if you wasn't. It wasn't very dear. It's all right. Lovely hotel. We had you come in the hallway. We had a little suite, as I say, in a hotel complex type thing on the top floor, and you go and it was like a hallway that took you straight into the sort of dining room, living room. There's all cooking things in there, so you could buy stuff as well and cook yourself if you wanted to. I don't think we did that. I think I might have just bought a few tins of soup or something like that. That was about all. And so that's in the living room, and that side was his bedroom, and that side was my bedroom, and there was a balcony. It was lovely. It's all right. Whale of a time there. But I don't remember Shoney's. But most of the hotels, you could go into any hotel and have a breakfast. Pay for it, obviously, if you wanted to do that. Then they had this lobster place, not for us really. Lobster. They have the steak houses, various pubs up and down there. I think, he took him in a pub. He had to watch some Chelsea match. And he's been on holiday. He was insistent on watching his Chelsea match, and he sought out a pub that was showing it. And he was in there. I think there wasn't many people in there at all. It was doing the morning, I think, if I remember rightly, because of the time differences. And we were in there, and while he was in there, I got him a hot dog, and I think it was a hot dog and onions, and and we did all the Disney stuff. And I've got videos of that on YouTube. Type in United Kingdom talk Florida. And you should find them on there, me and Jimmy on our little holidays. He got a bit fed up because I talk to everyone. You know, when we were on the little minibus, because I didn't have a car. I'm very funny driving in foreign countries. You hear these stories of you take your car back, oh, there's a scratch on there. That's $800, please. No, I didn't want any of that business going on. We were able to travel about. I was a bit concerned the fact that we didn't have a car, but it was no problem at all, to be honest. No, it was fine. We just either got the minibus or they had a public bus going up and down in International Drive. If you wanted to go to the shops, you just went to the bus. And it was only $1 on the bus. Got on the bus, paid your $1, took you all the way to the shops. On our shopping days, it was great. Blooming great. Nearly swore then. Yeah, no problem at all. And on these little minibuses, you see there would be a few of us in the minibus and you pay for the... Was it free? No, I think we had to pay for the minibus. I can't remember now. Anyway, you get on the minibus. I just start talking to people. I get off there. Why do you talk to people all the time? And I'm like, what do you mean talk to me? He said, every time. He said, whenever there's someone new, you start talking to them. I said, no, I don't. He said, yes, you do. Yes, you do. I was like that. He didn't like me talking to everyone. Ollie says, jam or cream on top of the scones? I don't know, really. Doesn't make any difference to me. I use the cream like butter, so cream and then jam on top of that. Ollie says, I have waffles, not potato ones, like the batter ones. Okay, well, they're similar to those thick pancakes. Waffles with maple syrup. Oh, Ollie, now you're talking my language, mate. Yes, please. Hello to Vera Taylor. Hello, Vera. Who says, not very good for veggie breakfast, the breakfast box. No, I don't know if they do a veggie version, actually. Maybe they do. Maybe they do, I don't know. And John Child says, my mum wouldn't get a look in. He'd buy the box for himself. Shocking. Clarissa, the shuttle bus was great. Never had a problem with them either. No, neither did I. Neither did I, Clarissa. And then on a couple of times we used a mini cab to go to places because I had booked to go and see Barry Manilow there in Orlando. Well, we didn't have a bus to go there, so I booked a cab. And once you've used a cab and you're happy, that's the one you use. You just take the number and you ring it, and whoever it is, not necessarily the same person all the time, although that did happen. Someone comes and it's not expensive. Not really. Not really. And this cab took me to Barry Manilow. I said, and I said, oh, I'm picking you up later. I said, yes, I believe the show finishes at 10 o'clock, but just in case it overruns, shall we book it for 10:30? Yeah, but he said, that's fine. He said, I'll tell you what, I'll be here at 10. Don't worry if you're not out on time. Okay, thanks very much. And that's brilliant. And I said, where do you want to meet me? Just over there. And he pointed over there. And that's where I met him. And as it happens, the show did finish, I think it finished at 9:30. And I thought, well, where's everyone going? And so I saw this bar, and I went in this bar and blow me down, there's a blooming drag act on in there. So I just sat there with my Coca-Cola and watched the American drag acts, which was great, really. And then at the time, 10 o'clock, I came out and the bloke was there. Fantastic. Fantastic. Very good service, very good service. Ollie has emailed me a photo of what I got my mum, but we know how they work. Oh, let's have a little look. He's emailed the photo. Guess what? It hasn't come yet, I'm afraid. I'm sure it'll come later. I'm sure that will arrive later. And he also says, these shows get me through the day on a Monday, Wednesday and Friday. What's he say? Just a minute. I can't quite see that message there. Where is it? There it is. I wake up and think, yes, Chris Chat Show is on. Thank you, Ollie. Let's go to the phones. Oh, there's no phone call there now. It's gone. Okay. John, when I was living in the Philippines, I always used public transport, no need to drive. Yeah. Why worry about it? Why worry about it? Anyway, that's the whole mothers thing. Boom Radio. I was going to tell you about Boom Radio. A lot of old DJs have gone. It's a new radio station, Boom Radio, and it's basically set up for baby boomers, of which I am one. If you're born between a specific time, goes up to 1964. I was born 63, so I'm just in there. It goes up to 64 and comes back a bit. Let's try this phone call again. There we go. George Bonds, good evening.
Hello, Chris.
Hello, George.
Hello, Chris.
Hello, George. Hello.
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 Well, get on with it then.
Hello.
What?
Oh, how are you?
I'm all right.
Yeah. For Mother's Day, it's a bit hard for me. For me to get
Are
stuff
you on
for
Skype or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not very good. Oh, it's got better now. Carry on. Go on.
Yeah. It's a bit hard to get stuff for my
Is it?
Mother's Day for this year.
Right.
Yeah. So I can't really get her much really this year.
Ah. Well, perhaps you
Yeah.
could cook her something instead.
Yeah.
Where is your mum? You don't live with your mum, do you?
No.
Okay. So your nan looks after you. Perhaps you should do something for your nan then.
Yes.
I know what you could do for your nan. Why don't you print off a picture of me and put it in a frame? I think she'd really like that. And what you could do, before she gets up in the morning, hang it somewhere where she can see it, perhaps the back of the toilet door. And then when she sits down, there I am, beaming at her with my smiley face. I'll give you a smiley face now, just in case you want to take a screenshot. Are you ready? Here it comes.
Keep it there because you're behind a bit.
Well, hiya then. Hiya. Have you done it yet?
Not yet.
Come on, hiya.
There you go.
Have you done it?
Yes.
Christ, how long did that take, for God's sake? There you go. We'll print that off in full colour, of course, and show it to your mum there, to your nan there, or print it off and pin it on the wall and say, Chris wants to wish you a happy Mother's Day.
Okay. Also,
Yes?
do you want to hear some good news?
Yeah, what's the news then? It's
I've
not
got
someone
another-
who's dead, is it? There's been too many people dying all over the place at the moment.
No, I've got another new bow.
Oh, have you? How much was this one?
Free.
A free bow. How'd you manage that then? I never get anything for free. Oh, mind you, yes, I have. I've got a new micro wave. Have you got a micro wave?
No.
No micro wave?
No.
Oh, they're fantastic. You put the food in, it goes round on a turntable and it goes ping when it's finished.
What happened was
It's gone over his head.
you know that you know the bow what exploded on me.
Yes.
So what I done was I emailed to the company
Yes.
and basically, story short, they give me a free bow.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Aren't you lucky?
So I've got two bows now.
I never get one. No, I have got something free. This jacket was free because it wasn't the one I ordered. I suppose it's
Yes,
more expensive to send this back than it is to just lose the sort of custom of it, I suppose. I don't know.
I reckon you should wear that Chinese New Year.
Why Chinese New Year? Is this Chinese stuff, is it? Looks like marijuana
Yes.
plants to me.
It looks
Ganja
like that
leaves, eh?
Chinese, like, you know what they use on the dragon?
Oh, yes. Yes, they've got that long dragon with the people standing underneath it, haven't they? Isn't that amazing
Yes.
what they do with that?
Yeah. It's that sort of colour.
Do you know what Chinese animal you are? What year you were born? What were you? Because you have different. You're an animal, aren't you? Depending on when you got born.
November.
Okay, what year were you born? I'll look it up.
1999.
1999.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Animal signs calculator. Your zodiac animal. No, 1999. You are a. Oh, you're the same as me. You're a rabbit. Yeah, and 1963. That's a rabbit as well. You're a rabbit. You're a Chinese rabbit. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, that's what you are. A rabbit that's been eating a lot of lettuce by the looks of things, dear.
I don't eat much salad.
Do you not? Right, okay. It's gone over his head as well, hasn't it? Okay, George. Well, thanks for calling in.
Yes.
Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I don't think people are listening to me tonight. I get the opinion that no one's listening to anything tonight. Clarissa says, I've got 3. I can't have that, Clarissa. I'm going to have to send you something, my darling. I know things are a bit tight in your house, my love. I'll have to send you something, darling. Clarissa says, first time I went to Florida, I was amazed by an Indian man talking in an American accent. Yeah, I think I had that once, 20 years ago. I was in East London. And I went into a sweet shop, went into a sweet shop in East London. I said, can I have I think I was smoking at the time. No, I was buying cigarettes for my mate. I said, can I have 20 of those, please? Yeah, okay. And there's an Indian man behind the, or Pakistani maybe. Yeah, mate, that's £2.50, please. It was like a proper East End Cockney accent. It was hilarious. Amelia Phillips is on the line. Good evening, Amelia.
Good evening, Chris.
Hello, darling. Now, tell me about your hips. Let me understand what's going on with your hips.
First lockdown in March, ages ago.
Yep.
I had hip issues, and I went to the doctors, and apparently it was like a trapped nerve.
Okay.
Trapped nerve. It should have gone by now. I don't know what it is. It's really annoying me.
For some reason, I thought you had hip replacement or something like that. I know you're quite young, but I had a mate who was, I think, 38, and he had both his hips done because he had some sort of bone disorder going on there, Oh, well. Anyway, what are you calling in about, my love?
No, really.
Nothing? You don't know? You're just calling in to say hello? All right, let me get something out of you then. What we got
God.
Here we go. How old are you, Amelia?
I'm 21.
21. Okay, so you've had a couple of jobs?
Yeah. I've had a couple of jobs. I've got a job, obviously I'm not there at the moment because they're closed.
Okay. Have you ever lost a job because you've done something stupid?
No.
You've never lost a job because you've done something stupid. I've nearly lost jobs. I've nearly lost jobs because of my own mouth, really. Because I'm one of those people who will tell you as it is, so to speak. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Although some people like that. They like you to be quite up front. If you say, no, I don't like that, rather than say, well, actually, that's not too bad. I tend to say, no, I don't like that. Although I try not to hurt people's feelings. You know what I mean? Now, I couldn't be a judge on the X Factor. I just wouldn't be able to say, I'm sorry, you're really rubbish. You shouldn't be doing that. I couldn't do that. Couldn't do something like that. Okay, so that one's no good. Here we go. I've booked up a dentist. I'm going to the dentist soon, Amelia. Although...
Oh, I hate dentists.
Oh, me too. But it's ages away because I think they got a bit of a backlog. Now that I've had my vaccine, I feel a little bit easier now going to the dentist, And I've rung up to book it the 7th of May. It's ages away, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you go very often to the dentist? What are your teeth like?
I've had my wisdom teeth being really infected on both sides. So I had to keep going, but now they're fine.
Are they not going to take it out at all or something?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay. When I was 16 years old, I made a couple of appointments to go to the dentist because I was having problems with my wisdom teeth. But on each occasion, I cancelled the appointment just before because it stopped hurting. And the pain never came back. So I've still got them. I've still got my teeth. Have you got your own teeth or are they false ones, Amelia?
I've got my own teeth.
Are they really? What about your mum?
Yep.
Is it her teeth her own?
Yeah, her own around. And my dad.
And your nan?
No, I'm dinner teeth.
You ask her. So what do you say you do for a job?
I work in a garden centre,
but
in the shop bit, but obviously the shop's shut. so I'm not there at the moment.
Okay. Me and my friend, that's one thing we like to do, go around garden centres. Yeah. We're all right now because we've kind of filled up the gardens. But there was one point we were going about 3 years ago, and we'd go to a garden centre every week with the thing of going in there and buying a plant or two. Of course, you know what happened, don't you? We'd have trolleyfuls of these plants. Every time I went to the blooming garden centre, it was like £100, which was all right at the time because I was doing all the DJing and all that. It was like £100 every time we went to the garden centre. What's your favourite plants?
Oh God, I'm not. Daffodil? Was that a plant? I don't know. Was that a flower?
Oh yeah, beautiful. Yeah, if no flowers, plants, whatever. They were my mum's favourites, daffodils. You can get bunches usually from the supermarket.
Oh, what I like.
For £1.
Daffodils. I got flowers for my boyfriend the other day, actually. He posted me flowers. Oh,
Who's your boyfriend?
My boyfriend. He posted me flowers.
What's his name?
Daniel Smith. He has got YouTube. Doesn't really use it much.
Oh, Daniel. Daniel what?
Smith.
I didn't. Oh, okay. Daniel Smith. Okay. What does he do?
Works in a pub.
Right. Barman, is he?
They're closed now.
Yeah.
But he's now doing a week or two trial shift on a farm.
Oh, really? So be working outside.
Yeah.
Whereabouts are you? Are you Nottinghamshire?
I'm Bedfordshire.
Bedfordshire. There's a lot of farms round there, is there?
He is in Daventry.
Now, where's Daventry?
Other side of Northampton.
And there's a lot of farms there, is there?
Yeah.
What sort of farming would it be? Is it plants or animals?
It's animals, so he'll be helping with lambing at the moment.
Oh, those little lambs come out. Aren't they cute? But then people eat them. How can you eat a lamb? Oh, no.
Ew.
You'd get all the wool between your teeth, wouldn't you? You'd have to be pulling it out like little hairs. Not pleasant, really, is it?
No.
All right, Amelia. Lovely to talk to you at last, darling, after all this time. Bye-bye, my love.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Amelia. There we are. Amelia won one of our fridge magnets this week at the bingo. And I'm actually talking about that. There's some more stickers coming. At last, I've redone the stickers. Different picture on them. Much larger. Oh, the trouble I had doing it, though. I found it really complicated. The site, getting the size right, trying to get the picture to match the size of the label. Then they came back and said the picture wasn't high enough quality. Oh, backwards and forwards. These things are not cheap. It's not cheap, really. However, they're on the way, so we've got some new stickers coming as bingo prizes. But they're quite large, so now instead of getting like what we got at the moment. Oh, by the way, have you seen this, Daniel? I got this out for you today. Look. Check this out. I just bought 2 of them in. This is my one of my Intercity 125. Was it 125? I don't know what it is. There you go, Daniel. I took that out of the box just to show you today. There's another 2 bits, of course. That's got another one of those at the other end. This isn't the one with the engine in. This is quite light. You got this one? No, bitch. There you go. Thank you. All right, Daniel. Yes, Boom Radio. I was going to tell you about Boom Radio. Let's just read this text here. Thank you, Clarissa. Mike in Brighton says, thank God I'm too young for Boom Radio. I was born at the end of 1966. Well, only just. So basically, Boom Radio, you'll know a few of the names who are on there. David Hamilton is doing a show on there, as well as another one of my friends, Roger, who's been doing radio. He was on Radio Caroline, as indeed was... Tom Edwards was on... what was he on? Tom, I think, was on Radio London. I think Tom was on Radio London. Tony Blackburn was on Radio London. I've got friends who used to do all these radio, like in the 1960s, when they had proper DJs who talked a little bit like I do, but better. You know, it talks between the records and took time to entertain you rather than just reading out the names of the bleeding records. Anyway, this Boom Radio has been set up. And it's quite good, actually. You'd like the music on it. I think most of you would like the music on it. It's quite old. And they're after the old Radio 2 crowd. Because Radio 2 keep updating themselves. Which, in a way, it is understandable because they're trying to move on with the next generation. So although we have an older generation, Radio 2 was for that older generation then, but time has moved on. So they've moved forward the music a bit. The same as they do on Radio 1. You know, you wouldn't put Radio 1 on now and expect to hear the Nolans, would you? They'd have no listeners. But as children, they used to play the Nolans when I was a child. And Cliff Richard and all that. They've moved forward, and so all the others. Which has left the baby boomers, my age, with basically nothing to listen to. If you're listening for your age group of music, 60s, 70s, 80s. So Boom Radio's come along, and it's quite good. But there's been a write-up in there, and it said, in the write-up, Boom Radio is, I think it said, one of, or the first radio station to not have central studios, but people doing shows from their homes. And I thought, well, that's wrong for a start. I've been doing shows on the radio from here for on and off for about 12 years now. I believe the first radio station that did it was CMP Radio, which is very similar to Reach, whereas someone's got the electronics at their house. There's no studio. And we all connect to that box of electronics with our separate shows from wherever we are in the world. As long as you've got decent internet, we send the show to that box of tricks, which is all automatic. There's no one switching. It's all automatic. So clever. So clever. Really is. We send our shows to that box and it sends it out as a radio show on a station. And the changeover, of course, comes when the news is on. Basically, how it works is that I'm sitting here, ready to do my show, at 30 minutes, up to 30 minutes before the show, my link becomes live, okay? And I open a little program and I click live, and from that point, as soon as I've clicked it, the numbers start ticking around, and I'm now sending my audio to the station. That's how it works. But I don't come on until 9 o'clock. And I open another little thing and it's got a countdown. Obviously at 9:30 it will be 30 minutes. Okay? It's countdown and it goes on, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. And you go 5, 4, 3. Now at 3 seconds I start my beeps. Beep, 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 beep. And I start it before because the internet has inherent delay things. Nothing is ever bang on time. So I do that to try and cover a gap, and it will join me at some point. Yeah? And then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I'm on, and something in this electro box switches on, and then you can hear all the audio I'm sending. That's how it works. But Boom Radio wasn't the first people to do that at all. Not at all. I think it was CMP Radio. There was also a thing called Live 365, which a lot of people use. That worked very well. And that's where I did my first internet radio, was on Live 365. It was very good. And CMP Radio, they found me somehow. I said, would you like to come and do a show for us? We're setting this thing up. And I was there from the start, CMP Radio. They folded at about a year and a half after they started, because then the music people started wanting money and all this, that and the other. And they decided, no, it's just not worth the effort. And Reach On Air picked up the baton a couple of years later, I think, and started their thing. Reach On Air are not CMP Radio, but they've been very kind of connected sort of thing, if you see what I mean, with the people that are on there. A lot of them came from CMP and more on Reach On Air, and that's how it works. And it works very well. But Boom Radio, they're saying, we would have... No, you're not, mate. No, you're not. That was like 12 years ago. You may think you are, but you're not. That being said, it's a very good radio station to listen to. So Mike was saying there, thank God I'm too young for Boom Radio. I was born at the end of 1966. Taxes. We're talking about the taxes in Florida. Taxes in Sharon El Sheikh. Sharon, is that how you say it? Sharon? My sister's name is Sharon. Sharon El Sheikh were similar. They would arrange to pick you up at the time after dropping off. Didn't take any other fare till they dropped you off at the hotel. Yeah. There's an iPhone app called Boom that makes a massive difference to the volume and bass using headphones. This app has a free trial, but the subscription is very cheap. Another subscription, dear? No. No. Thank you, Mike. Vectis, Boom Radio. I am far too young for that, dear. Yeah, if you say so, dear. If you say so. Well, there's DJ Ollie has sent us something. Let's have a quick look. Oh, that's nice, Ollie. Oh, that's lovely. I'll tell you what, I can take a photo of it and show people. Oh, do you want to see what Ollie's got? I hope she's not watching. She's not watching this, is she, Ollie? Tell her not to look for a minute. I'm going to show people what you've just bought your mum. What a lovely boy you are. Look at this. This is what he's bought his mum for Mother's Day. Isn't that lovely? It's a glass thing, and it's got a rose kind of in the glass. Bit similar to my glass. Where is it? It's not there. Oh, it's over there, is it? My glass United Kingdom talk that I got for my I think it was my 10-year anniversary. Isn't that lovely? That's what he's got his mum for Mother's Day. What a lovely thing to get. That's lovely, that is. Really nice, Ollie. Well done, mate. Well done. Any more emails? We usually have one here from Michael Pullman, don't we, somewhere? Let's have a look. No, not there today. Dan never had a PlayStation. You don't want one of those, do you? Just use up too much time or doing nothing. Okay. Alrighty. Well, it's 10 o'clock, gang. I think we'll finish up today. We didn't quite get to all our other stories. I was going to tell you, right at the beginning of the show, I think we were talking about I'm getting some free stuff. Yes, my mate's fridge freezer, because as I say, his kitchen's now nearly done. The fridge freezer he's got, all built in, is now in place. So he's got the other one to get rid of. He's transferring all his food. And I think I've got to bring that over tomorrow. I'm hoping that it's going to go in the back of my car. The only thing is it's very long. So I think what we might have to do is tie the boot down and then put a white flag on the back of it, which we won't do at a busy time of day. Not that it is busy. He's not far from this house at all. And I do have a fridge and a freezer downstairs already. The new fridge freezer, incidentally, not new, but second-hand. I don't mind second-hand stuff. Don't bother me. Don't ever worry about second-hand stuff. You save a lot of money, you know. Getting stuff free sometimes, as is this. You know, free fridge freezer. Happy days. Not only that, but he's also given me his microwave. Lovely microwave. And a simple one. Almost identical to the one I've got in the caravan. Because there are some blooming complicated kitchen gadgets out there, aren't there? There's some of these microwaves and stuff like that with about 200 beaten buttons on the top. Press this for this for this. Oh, Christ, do me a favour. No, this is very simple, just like the one I've got in the caravan, right? And you put your food in, defrost, low, medium, high, very high. Maybe, I think that's on that rotary thing. And the other one is just minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's it. None of this. I'll push this one to do that. No. 2 dials on it. So simple. So he gave me his old microwave. Because he's got a new one. Oh, the new one. It's got and I know it's going to go wrong. Oh, no. He's got one of those where you touch it and it goes click and it opens. Not mechanical. It's an electronic release. You know they don't last very long. He'd be ringing me in a year's time and saying, oh, the microwave won't open. Won't be surprised. Not only that, he's also got one of those hobs. I told you what it was. Indecent. Oh, what's it called? Where you can put your if it's on, you can put your hand on the hob, and there's no heat. No heat. You have to have special pots and pans to put on it, and that cooks the food like that. Is that a more efficient way of doing it? I don't know. Don't know really. Any good? Clever. So he's got one of those. All new. He won't let me in the kitchen. He says I make too much mess. You're not coming in his kitchen. When I go up his house, right? He stands, because you walk into his house, the kitchen's on the left. He stands in the doorway so I can't go in. Funny, isn't it, some people? I don't understand them. Right, going to finish there. Thanks ever so much for joining us, gang. We've got the bingo on Sunday night. There it is. Do you want to play? If you want to play that, you've got to let me know. Send me an email to this email address here, okay? Ask me to add you to the list. Please add me to the bingo list, and you can play on Sunday night at 8 o'clock if you want, okay? Youngsters, you can play it as well, no problem with that. And you can play it. There's no big prize, and it doesn't cost you, so we're not worried about the whole gambling rules and all that, okay? It's all free. It's just a bit of fun. Little prizes, nothing of great value. New stickers coming, not here yet. New stickers are... You won't be getting two, not the new ones. Far too expensive, you get one. But they're quite large. You could put them probably on the bumper of your car. They're that big, because these ones... These are a little bit small, yeah? I'll put that to my face, you see it's quite small. The other ones are more like out here and up a bit more like that. Very expensive, dear. Tax deductible item. Not that I'm making any profit to tax deduct it against, which I have. There's no profit, dear. Induction hob. Thank you, Adrian. That was it. An induction hob. That's where they're called. Okay, so we've got the bingo on Sunday night. Now, what are you doing later on? Because my mate's on the radio. There he is, Alan Ross. He's on the radio tonight, reachonair.com. You can listen to him on the TuneIn app. If you've got a Siri, just tell her, play Reach On Air. Google Mini Speaker. I don't know what that one is on the left there. Simple. I think that's a radio app. Or, of course, on that thing where it says home, that's a Google Mini Speaker. There's his information, bottom left-hand corner there, okay? If you've got an Alexa, you need to sort the app out first, okay? Sort the app out first. Go on to the skills. That's it, skills, isn't it? Skills. And you enable the Reach On Air skill. Once you've done that, close it down. And off you go. All right. We've also got someone else who's often here in the chat box with us, DJ Sparky. He's on the radio as well this weekend on Saturday afternoon rather, at 4 o'clock. Music from the heart and soul. There's his little poster there. Okay. And you'll be able to listen to our very own DJ Sparky there. Look at all this advertising I do for people. I don't charge them anything, you know. It's all free advertising, dear. I think they should be charged £5 each for all this, don't you? Anyway, thanks for joining us tonight. It's been a pleasure talking to you, as always, on this Friday evening. It's nearly 10 past 10, isn't it? I'm going to have a cup of tea. What shall I have? Do I fancy something to eat? I had a very big dinner. I had too much rice. I always do too much rice. I had campfire stew, but I wanted some cheese. So while it was on, I popped down to the co-op and come back with 4 200 grams bag of cheese, right? So I've opened this packet of cheese. I've sprinkled, it's not enough there. Sprinkled a bit more on. That don't look too bad. Then I looked at the packet, there was hardly anything in there. I thought, sod it, I'll put the rest on. I had a packet of 200 gram cheese this afternoon. Shocking. Don't know what made me do that. So tonight before bed, an apple and a banana. I'd rather have a sausage sandwich. Lindsay McCartney sausages, of course. Anyway, another chat show for you on this channel on Monday night at 8 o'clock. Thanks for watching and listening. See you again very soon. Bye-bye.